Hello everyone, my name is Jordan Desjarlais, and my presentation on the indigenous peoples of the world is on the people of Mozambique, Africa. And I want to show my viewers how colonization has affected the people of Mozambique. During my research on the people of Mozambique, I found that their history sounds similar to the indigenous people of North America's past history, which intrigued me to find out more. And Mozambique is located on the southern part and is on the coastal line of Eastern Africa. And I'll show you a pic. Prior to Mozambique's contact with Portugal and the Portuguese explorer Vasco da Gama in 1498, Mozambique was inhabited by the sand hunter and gatherers of the Khoisan people. So, like the indigenous peoples of Canada before contact with Columbus in 1492, indigenous peoples in Canada were just known as hunter gatherers. But I know that's true, they hunted and gathered, but like everyone knows that they were involved in much more. And I believe the Khoisan people were involved in much more than history lets us know. The Portuguese people probably erased their history, like anyone who writes history. So, anyways, Mozambique has dealt with slavery, systems of genocide, and they were pillaged for their country was pillaged for their ivory and gold and all. Okay, how did the people of Mozambique like have gold and ivory and know of gold and ivory, but are labeled hunter gatherers at the time of contact in 1498? Like they probably had their own king and queens in Africa, which I think they have, and then probably in Mozambique at the time of contact. But I don't know. Anyways, okay, in 1498, when Portuguese explorer Vasco da Gama discovered Mozambique's trading ports that Mozambique shared with the Arabs along the east coast of Africa. Like he discovered them and then he went back to Portuguese and probably explained and got more people. And anyways, more Portuguese people moved down to Mozambique and colonized the area, and Portugal set up its own trading ports along Mozambique's east coast. And by the early 1500s, Portugal had control of the entire country and area. Okay, with Mozambique having plenty of gold and resources, Portugal began exploiting them for it, and the people of Mozambique were being used and sold as slaves and had to work in the mines in Mozambique. And Portugal, Arabian leaders, and even tribal chiefs all bought and sold slaves that were apprehended during these raids on warring tribes and like during Mozambique's colonization, I guess. And then so like some of Canada's indigenous people being assimilated into European culture, Mozambique's people were assimilated into Portugal's culture, and Portuguese is the primary language used today in Mozambique. And that's pretty crazy. I'll show you a flag of the Portugal. The flag. All right, so that was Portuguese flag in 1505. But like you know how similar to how indigenous people, well, some indigenous people speak English or French in Canada, Mozambique people speak Portuguese. But also some of Mozambique's indigenous people speak these languages known as Bantu, and Bantu languages are spoken all over Africa, similar to indigenous language being spoken like all over Canada. So that's cool. And and you see how like Mozambique's history sounds similar to Canada's history now. It's crazy. And Portugal had Mozambique under their rule for so long that they are now one of the world's poorest countries. But they get aid from other countries, and Mozambique now has one of the world's fastest growing economies. Like they sell aluminum, cashews, shrimp, fish, and cotton. And I'll show you a picture. All right, so the people of Mozambique fought for years for the liberation of their country from Portugal, and in 1975 Portugal finally liberated Mozambique and they became their own country again, similar to Canada, kind of like gaining their independence in 1982. But in 75 Portugal, like when Portugal liberated Mozambique, there was a civil war that had been going on for years, I guess centuries probably, and it killed 1 million Mozambicans, probably over, and about 1.7 other Mozambique people fled to like other neighboring countries. And the people fighting were the Frelimo and the Renamo parties, and they fought for years till the Frelimo party took full control of Mozambique. And like, okay, so I don't. And under the 1990 constitution, Mozambique is now a multi-party democracy consisting of the president and prime minister. Like, I don't know how they have both. That's what I kind of don't understand. And they have a they have a council of ministers and a national assembly, and they have a supreme court, lower court that comprise the judiciary, and you can vote at the age 18 in Mozambique. Mm. Right, okay. Mozambique also signed a bilateral agreement, meaning Mozambique students can attend Portugal's universities if schooling is unavailable in Mozambique. So I guess Portugal's been rectifying the past like Canada has been, I guess, kind of the same. And I knew colonization happened in other places around the world. I just didn't know it happened so similar. And I now feel for the people of Mozambique, and I'm glad they're free from Portugal's rule. And I just wanted to say that Mozambique's flag now is a picture of an AK-47, so that's kind of interesting. I'll show you a picture. And thanks for listening, and hopefully you learned from me, or yeah, have a good day.